Hello, welcome back to the COD Feed, the show where we talk about this weekend's best and worst in the CDL. I'm Scooch.
And I'm John.
And before we can get into the video, don't forget to subscribe. We are at 68? 69.
69.
Finally at 69 subscribers. Let's go.
69.
So don't forget to subscribe. Let's try to get to that 70 mark, Or let's try to hit 75, guys. All right? Let's get 3/4 to 100. That'd be nice. Also, don't forget to like and share the video, guys.
Yes, sir. Please.
All right, getting into it. Now, listen, to me so far, these last 2 weekends, we've been kind of busy in our lives doing other stuff. So, had to watch some recaps of these matches. But first and foremost, I heard about this one on Twitter, and then I went to go watch some of it. And I'm going to have to agree with some of the people on Twitter. Ravens versus LAG.
Best match of the weekend.
That's what everyone on Twitter was saying. This match is one for the ages, one for the books.
Crazy.
They said this is better than anything OpTic ever did in the Dynasty. No, but actually, everyone, look, the match ended. I saw the post that Ravens had won, and I was like, oh, wow, they finally won. It was a 3-2.
Yeah.
And then I go into the thread, and everyone's just like, this was one of the funniest matches to watch because of how bad both teams were. And after,
I don't know if people expected it to be good.
I don't think they expected it to be good, but I also don't think they expected it to be
that bad.
Yeah. I go watch the hard point. I click into it. First thing I see, 2 players from each team shooting at each other, and nobody hitting a single bullet. No damage, no hit markers, just straight whiffing shots. I mean, this is what they call in the soccer world or football, shithousery, because that's really what it was. I mean, there was just not like I don't even like. Some of the stuff I was seeing in this, I couldn't believe it. I mean, listen, good to Ravens, I guess. This doesn't really mean they're any better.
A win is a win.
A win is a win at the end of the day, but both these teams need so much work. So
yeah, because it's the same amount of points no matter who you beat. So
yeah,
I would take anything at this point,
hey,
especially because Ravens is kind of, I think they're between like 8th and 9th hovering. Yeah. So they can use all the points they can get at this point.
And hey, maybe this way they won't be bottom seed going to the next major.
Yeah.
And also, quickly, let's just say this. LAG probably shouldn't change their roster. I feel like they are performing worse now than they were with their first roster. That's personally, to be fair, that roster was not performing that well either. So
yeah, I think the very first game, the team was like, whoa, like, maybe the roster change was good, and then after that, they just fell apart.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
after that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, quickly, rest in peace, LAG. Their owner is looking to sell everything.
Not dead, but for when they die.
It's either they sell or they are closing down fully everything going on with both the Call of Duty and Overwatch teams will be gone. So, I guess we'll see at the end of the season what happens. They are going till the end of the season, and then we'll see if they sell or if they find a buyer or if, there is no more Guerrillas and their spot will be sold.
Slot.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So, or no one wants to spend the $25 million and it goes to 11 teams because $25 million for a league that makes no money is kind of outrageous. Anyway, moving on to one of the matches we really wanted to talk about. OpTic finally win after losing to Ultra 3-0 this weekend. First off, this series, OpTic looked amazing. I mean, listen,
they looked how they should be looking every other game.
They lost 3-0 to Ultra, which is not good. But in this series, I mean, I was dumbfounded by the difference that the team has made from their first series with Ghosty till now. I mean, we were saying it after that first series. We were like, hey, they can't be playing this way. They can't just be running around like headless chickens, just going for kills, thinking that if we fry, we win. That's just not how this is going to really work out for them.
I just hope that it's not like a one-off, and then their next game versus NYSL, they go back to looking horrible.
Yeah.
I hope they keep this because this is what they need.
Yeah, I mean, look, they looked organized. They kind of washed Rokkr on the hard point in the SND. The hard point ended 250 to 113, which was crazy. The SND finished 6-1. And I mean, even watching the SND alone, like the hard point, they were amazing. It looked good. They had the rotations. You had Hook and Shotzi really doing what an SMG duo should be doing, which is running out, getting kills, getting info. You had Dashy, Ghosty sitting back on the hill, getting time, also getting info from the back and not trying to play too forward. Then on the SND, they played a lot slower paced. They slowed it down by a lot. I
Mhm.
mean, I had a hard time watching it because of how slow that map was.
The
But
S&D.
yeah, it was that map. They played it. Both teams played slow, but it obviously benefited OpTic way more. I mean, to win 6-1 is really good.
I mean, it also shows how they play when Ghosty's actually doing good in S&D because I think this is the first time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time he went positive
Yeah,
on an S&D.
yeah.
It just
So
shows the difference it
I
makes
mean, it seemed
when
like they
he's
actually had a
playing.
strategy for the S&D this time rather than
Yeah.
also play it like it's a respawn game because it's not. It's not a respawn game mode.
Mhm.
And then on the control, they looked a little shaky. I will say, Rokkr had literally were about to win, and then OpTic just came out of nowhere and pulled 2 rounds back to back to win it 3-2 on the control. I do think it was more they were riding on the high of the first two maps really destroying Rokkr. That in the control they kind of slacked a little in the first 3 rounds, and then in the last two they were like, okay, we got to pick it up because it was one and then Rokkr won, then OpTic won, then Rokkr won. So on the fourth one, Rokkr they didn't have to do much, but I mean, OpTic absolutely obliterated them from that point on. The team looked great. The team, everyone went positive. Shotzi with a 1.38 KD. That's the Shotzi we were used to seeing. So great to see him back in good form, and Hook as well, 1.28, Dashy 1.29, and Ghosty 1.16. I mean, this team is looking good if they can keep this up, like you said, against NYSL. I
I think
think,
that's the real test
yeah.
is the NYSL.
And I think it would be nice to see them gear up a nice challenge for this major. Actually, win this major home turf
Home,
in front of the
yeah, home turf.
fans. I think it would be amazing. I think they really look. They've been through a lot this season. A lot of bad choices. What better way to make it up to not only your fans but to everyone else by winning at home?
Yeah.
No pressure,
Just
obviously.
OpTic just has they have a tendency to choke where it matters. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed that doesn't happen and they get a home
yeah.
home victory. That'd be hype.
On the other end, with Rokkr, they looked awful in this series. Bance and Cammy just looked non-existent in the first two game modes. I mean, I watching that hard point, Bance and Cammy might as well have not even played. It was hard to watch. It was mostly Attach and Afro doing a lot of the work in that. And even then, Attach, every now and then would fall to negative and then kind of bring it back up. But Bant
Yeah.
and Cammy, hard to watch. A lot of these teams have these players where if one player does bad, then the whole team does bad. And I think Rokkr's is Cammy. Cammy doesn't do good. The team is not, they got to scrape
Yeah.
by or they don't look good.
Oh, Rocker's in danger.
Yeah, so
They haven't won a
Rokkr.
single match
Oh, this whole
in
qualifier.
qualifiers. Yeah, they haven't won a single. They got
Yeah.
3-0 versus Surge.
Yeah.
Now they got 3-0 versus OpTic, and I think they lost to NYSL.
I mean, look, after that loss to FaZe at Major 2, they didn't look good anymore. They got get 3-0 there and then just continual losses. I mean, they got to do something. They got to think of a new strategy. Again, we are against just making roster changes. That is not the way
Mhm.
to go with this.
So work on your game.
Work on your game, man. Practice.
So you said they have coaches for a reason.
Yeah, they got use them, or swap your coach. Get a better coach. You need a better coach. That's it. But Rokkr looked atrocious on this. I mean, in the control, you could see them start coming back a little bit. And you really thought, this could be it. But OpTic just looked too good on this series to let them have it. So
maybe they're just a LAN team.
Hey, they could be a LAN team, but I guess we'll see. We'll find out.
We'll see.
I think
coming up soon.
They're just not that guy. So, that's really, again, the last 2 weekends have been a little uneventful. Nothing insane has really happened. A lot of the matchups kind of went the way that you expected them to go.
Yeah.
I know you want to do a quick little shout out to Cellium.
Shouts out to Cellium. He went nutty this weekend.
Had
a one. He had an overall like 1 point something KD, but then in the that control, right?
Yeah.
He had like a 3 point something KD.
I think it was 3.17, I believe.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, the man
it
is.
was a control.
Look, I think Cellium's one of the best players in Call of Duty right now. And if people need to give him credit for what he does.
I'm trying to find it.
I understand, people hate that sometimes he snakes or, is link prone or camping somewhere. But the man knows how to play COD. There's nothing about it. Last season when we saw him play against NYSL Aiden, when the whole Warzone versus Call of Duty Pro thing happened, my man wasn't even taking it seriously against Aiden. He was just joking around the whole time.
Yeah.
Still won.
Like he got a 1.77 overall KD for the series, and in that control he had a 3.17.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's disgusting.
That's the man. Cellium gotta keep doing what he's doing, man. Love Cellium.
Yeah.
But guys, we're gonna try to keep it short on this episode. Sometimes we drag it a little long, and maybe it's not, not everyone's cup of tea to watch a 25-minute episode about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So, keep it short right here. Shouts out Cellium. We'll see what happens next weekend. We do have one more weekend of qualifiers before we have the Major 3 weekend in Texas. Should be a good one. OpTic Texas always has really good LAN events. So, should be another really exciting event. And, hopefully everyone that goes enjoys it. But we do have one more weekend of qualifiers. So, we'll see what happens this coming weekend if anything changes. Until then, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Get us to 70, please. That'd be much appreciated. And let us know what you think of who do you think is getting number 1 seed going into Major 3.
Who's getting bottom seed?
Who's getting bottom seed, actually, yeah. Who's going to be at the bottom going into Major 3? Let us know down below, all right? Until the next one, peace.
Peace.